What's up guys? In this video I got another review for you. Now specifically I'm going to change up the intro a little bit here, and for those who just like to watch 10-15 seconds of a video before jumping to the next, this is pretty much all you need to know. Go buy the lens, it's freaking amazing. I'll put a link down below. Hope you enjoyed this review, and if you did, no, I'm just kidding. Let's dive into the full review now. So let's go ahead and start with the build quality of this thing. One of the elements that I like for my lenses to have before I purchase them is essentially just to have a nice weight. I feel that it exudes a certain amount of quality. It has a lot of glass in it, it's made out of metal, etc, etc, and this lens is honestly no exception. Just as I said, the entire barrel, the entire case of the lens is made out of metal. Even the lens hood is made out of metal. Even the lens front cover is made out of metal. Like, they didn't make any shortcuts here. It's honestly superbly built. Not to mention, it's got a really nice weight to it, which leads me to believe there are quite a lot of glass elements. And later on, we'll go ahead and jump into some of the images that I shot at different f-stops, so you can get a better idea also on if we got any aberrations, if we got distortion on the corners, is it soft, etc, etc. So without further ado, let's actually just go ahead and jump into the image quality now. What I'm going to do is I'll show you guys some of the images that I've taken across the board. I even went out and took some portraits with the lens, because that's mainly what I'd be using it for. Now, contrary to popular belief, I love shooting portraits with a wider lens, something like this 12mm, which is the equivalent of about a 20mm on a full frame. Believe it or not, a lot of the portraits that I shoot on full frame are all done on a 24mm lens. I just love the perspective. I love how you get a lot more ambience in the frame, like as far as being able to see a lot of what you have in the background that you just can't get with the tighter lens. There's pros and cons to a tight lens as well as a wide lens. I do get it, but for me, I personally love the perspective of this, so I had to just take it out and shoot some portraits with it, which you guys will see right here. Now, I took this lens downtown and I wanted to just get some architectural shots to see how it really performed, and just kind of put it through its paces and test it from 2.8 all the way to f16. So what I noticed is the lens definitely gets really soft at 2.8 on the edges themselves. It still stays pretty crisp in the center, but on the edges it gets really soft and distorts quite a bit. I did find that its sweet spot seems to be around f4. Things do sharpen up quite a bit, so if you do pick up the lens, just kind of keep that in mind if you are out shooting and need the entire frame to be sharp. One thing I really liked about this lens is the focus ring. It's got the perfect amount of drag on it, and it is just really smooth, and it really helps you lock in that focus much easier than a lot of the other ones that I've used in the past, where they have had less of a drag, so it's pretty easy to go past your focus point, if you will. This one, I didn't seem to have much of a problem with it, and it was just a blast to use. It was really nice and tactile, and just gave you that really nice manual feel. Now, coming in at around $180, I have to say, this lens is awesome. Like, amazing. The build quality is phenomenal. The only qualm that I had and saw with the camera, honestly, is just the soft edges. But you gotta expect that with a wide lens like this, not to mention wide open. I mean, like I said, at around f4 and a little bit higher, you are still getting sharp images across the board. And for those just looking for a budget lens that gives you a nice wide perspective, this is hands down probably one of the best that I've used on the market. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a link down below. Highly recommend you purchase this lens. I've been having an absolute blast with it. I honestly cannot wait to shoot more portraits with it, because honestly, it's just a fun little lens to have in your camera bag whenever you need to get that wider shot. Now, with that said, I hope this video was able to provide some insight for you, especially if you're considering purchasing this lens. Like I said, I absolutely love the thing. I cannot wait to go out and shoot some more portraits with it. If you did like the video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. It really does help this channel continue to grow. And think about subscribing if you haven't already. I am coming out with new videos for you guys all the time, and I got some really exciting content already in the works that I'll be posting soon. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you all on the next video. Peace!